for patch notes real quick. Let's see. So we got 6 new unique items. Most of the new items in this patch is not even shown on the patch notes. Cause really what the new season is, the whole malignant heart thing, like those are just legendary aspects. You know, like I don't know if people have not realized this or something, but those are literally just legendary aspects. You have offensive legendary malignant hearts, you have defensive ones, you have like utility ones, and then you have like this really rare one, which is literally just the unique. So like they're calling it a malignant heart, but it's just they're just adding 30 more like legendaries. That's literally what the new season mechanic is. And you can like, slot them into gem slots. But they're literally legendary powers. So they don't even show any of those here. Okay, so we have a uber rare item. So you're never gonna find this one, so don't worry about it. Barbarians, core skills can freeze. Okay. That's maybe decent. It's a lucky hit though. You have to build full lucky hit. That's probably gonna be pretty hard. It's like make a whole build around it. All right, so some new items. Some new items. I think the lidless wall one looks pretty cool. This one, I like this one. This one looks cool. This one is like, eh. New legendary aspects. I'm not gonna go over the legendary aspects too much. Y'all can read them on your own. A ton of bug fixes. They fixed a shitload of bugs, which, this many bugs. I mean, that's good. Quality of life improvement. That's a lot of bugs. That is a lot of bugs. Loading screen is a little better. I guess that's good. Altar of Lilith account wide. That's really good. Map discovery account wide. That's good. Whispers no longer rewards sigil dust. I don't know why that's gonna be the case, but okay. Silent chest loot quality improved. That's good. Channel time for leave dungeon is increased from 3 to 5 seconds. That is terrible. Like, I guess people were like maybe using leave dungeon to like get out of trouble a little too fast, but like, I don't know. Half the changes they make like seem like they're targeting casuals with Diablo 4, and then half the other changes seem like they're targeting hardcore players. Like this change makes no sense. Like most of your game is like you want to make the casuals happy, right? Like, but then they just randomly have changes like this, which are like so bad for casual players. I think this is just a terrible change in general too. Like the only thing I could think about for this one is like, oh, maybe they want hardcore players to not get out of trouble as easily, but you already have so many baby wheels, training wheels for hardcore players already. You already have an invuln pot and a scroll of escape. Like, so like what why do they what is this for? Like I don't even understand. Like this is just so it just makes the game more annoying. And I can't understand what they even did it for. Reduced monsters moving around so melee characters don't have to chase them as much. That's literally an Asmongold change. They watched his video and they changed it. I think that's good. So overall, most of the changes have been good so far. Oh, this is really good too. This is really good. I really like this one. Bummer Not, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. Renown value changed. So side quest renowns are up by 50%. Dungeon renown up by 25%. I mean, this is great because Renown sucks. I hate doing Renown. I hate it. So this will make doing Renown, way faster. So that's good. That's another good change. World Tier 2 has a little bit more gold and items. That's a good change because World Tier 2 is just always worse than World Tier 1 in current patch or in the previous patch. It's just like the monster difficulty was not worth this because you didn't get anything extra for it. You don't even get more XP. The problem here is you still don't get more XP. So like if you're just trying to level, it's still better to level on World Tier 1 than 2. And this is where like the bad stuff starts coming in. Like they didn't add any XP for World Tier 2, man. No XP. Like what do you care about your shitty like level 200 item when you're just gonna replace it as soon as you get to World Tier 3 anyway? So like what do you care? You get more crap items, right? The gold change is kind of nice. They refuse to give you more XP, even though it it makes no sense that you get less XP on World Tier 2 than 1 because it takes way longer to kill the mobs. They just refuse to give you more XP because you're gonna finish their game faster. And if you get to level 70 faster, like they know you're gonna realize there's nothing to do and you're not gonna play anymore. So even in cases where it makes perfect sense for them to give you more XP, they don't do it. That's what really pisses me off. That's really bad. That's like a really bad thing for me. But still, most of the changes were good so far. Level scaling has been adjusted. Monsters will begin trailing you in levels. See, this is like another change. Okay, so this is good for casuals because I guess like monsters are easier now. But I'm pretty sure they didn't change the EXP formula for monster levels. So like every level the monster is under your level, I think is a 10% EXP nerf. So if you're level 50 and you're fighting a 49 monster, that monster gives you 10% less XP, I believe, unless they changed it. So like this is another EXP nerf that was not necessary at all. Like up to 5 levels behind. So at some points in time when you're just doing a normal dungeon or you're doing open world stuff, you're gonna have like a secret like 50% XP nerf. Like, what? If you're killing something 5 levels under you, like, what the hell is this? This really pisses me off too. They're just gutting XP for no reason. There's no good reason for them to do this that I can think of. Um, all right, so, yep, really don't like that. That's terrible. Rewards for completing whispers is increased. That's good. Like the whispers were not worth doing for most of season 0, so this is good. Bonus reward for killing monsters that are higher level than you. Previously, you always did 3 levels higher than you because it was 25% more XP. Now it's like if you do 3 levels higher than you, it's 4.5% extra XP. Now you have to do like 10 more levels for you need to kill if you're level 50, you need to kill level 60 stuff to get the same experience as season 0. You're level 50, you're killing level 51 stuff. So like this dramatically slows down the XP gain again. Like this is another one of the changes where like they realize there's nothing after level 70 and they can't add anything because they already shipped season 1. So they're like no, you're never getting out of 70. We're crushing all your XP. Oh, it's gonna take you so long to get out of it before you're after level 70s. I don't know. These things are the ones I have the most problems with. This is like what the heck? This as a super like no life sweaty gamer, I actually kind of like this because I'm gonna be killing level 10 plus monsters, and you guys are a lot of you guys will not are not. If you're a casual, you're definitely not doing plus 10 levels regularly. That's actually pretty hard. So like as a sweaty gamer, I actually kind of like this, but like I just like the reason they have for crushing all the XP is like really lame. Adjusting rewards for monster level offsets for higher tier. Oh, so this one they're nerfing boosting. I actually like this change. This is a positive change for me. I think it completely trivializes the game when you can get level 1 to 50 in under 1 hour because your level 100 friend is boosting you. Like, yeah, I get it. You kind of need the boost to try new builds and stuff, but like, like literally, like I said, the game only goes from level 1 to 70. So when you're doing 80% of the game in 1 hour, like there's just no more game for you to play. Like that's so I actually think this nerf to boosting is good. And they also nerf party XP. I think that's good too. Party XP was just way too OP. Like compared to a solo player, you get XP like 500 times 500% faster if you're actually a good party. It was way too OP. I think you still get XP way faster as a party, but at least it's not like that egregious. Alright, so Helltide monsters are now 3 levels higher instead of 2. So Helltides are a little harder. This nerf, don't like it, but same thing. They're just trying to get you to play the game more. This is a bad nerf. I don't like changes like that where they're just like you know, it's just like the XP thing. You just have to spend more time for the same thing. Balance changes. I don't think I'll go over all the balance changes. Y'all can read that on your own time. I will read the rogue changes though, because I'm a rogue. Let's see. Advanced rapid fire duration increased from 3 to 5 seconds. I don't even remember what half of these do. Nah, I'm not gonna read these. You need to read it on your own time. Super nerf on disobedience. Man, it's gonna be so hard to stay alive. Like Nightmare 100, it's gonna be so hard to stay alive. They're nerfing DR, they're nerfing armor, they're nerfing your best defensive legendary aspect. It's like they just want every class to get one shot at level 100. I don't like that either. It's like the difficulty in the game just always comes from you being one shot by something, you know? It's like kind of a lame way to add difficulty. Nightmare Dungeons got buffed though. This is good. You get more chance to get equipment in Nightmare Dungeons, more rare items in Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons are getting giga buffed. Like Nightmare Dungeons are definitely worth doing now. I think they're like the best thing you can do in the game by far now, actually. As soon as you can do them, like they give so much more reward than everything else. They nerfed everything else. 20% nerf on elites outside of Nightmare and Helltide. You have the link to these patch notes? Yeah, train link to you right there. There you go, train's link. Um, HP scaling for parties is higher. This is good. Like the game is just a joke for parties. It was like just a complete joke. It's like way too easy. So making the game a little harder for parties, I think, is a good change. Greed Shrine got buffed. I don't know how, but that's good because Greed Shrine literally dropped less gold in the entire duration of the shrine than one yellow item. Like when you sell one yellow item, you get like way more gold than the entire Greed Shrine combined. It was a joke. World bosses drop more potions. Okay, I guess, whatever. No item limit for how many items you can refine. That's a good change. Quality of life change. I think this is kind of a bad change because they're making all the affixes appear everywhere now. But the problem is all these affixes are like garbage unless you're running like one super specific build or something. Most of these are like bad. So like now your items are just more likely to be bad because there's gonna be like all these bad crap on it more often. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, all right, whatever. I mean, the reason why they're doing it is good. They want to increase build diversity, but like, these changes are not enough to increase build diversity. The main thing these changes will do is make your items bad more often because these stats are just so niche. Core stat getting nerfed. I already mentioned this. This is the same thing for vulnerable, dexterity, critical strike. They were way too strong. They're by far the best three stats in the game. Everyone used them. There was no build diversity whatsoever. So you either have to nerf all of them or you have to buff everything else. Like they had two choices. I do think people would have preferred if they buffed everything else. It seems like a lot of people are angry because they didn't buff everything else. But those were their two choices and they took the nerf one. I don't actually mind this that much. I'm okay with them nerfing this. All of this because the all of this is just too OP. My main problem with these nerfs actually is I don't think this is enough because of the way the damage buckets work. Like critical strike damage was way more than 17% more OP than all the other stats. And vulnerable damage was more than 40% OP than all the other stats. So I don't my main concern I'm actually totally okay with them nerfing all this and I agree with their reasoning for doing it because build diversity was dead. It was terrible. But my problem with this is I don't think this is enough. I think this is just everyone is still going to use all of these because they're still the best. I didn't really do the numbers yet, so there's a small chance I'm wrong on this, but like Just napkin math off the top of my head, I think the buckets, these being their own buckets, means that this is still better than all the other stats. So you're still gonna go for all these stats, but at least it's one step in the right direction. Your character is just gonna be way weaker now, but I kind of think everyone's still gonna go for all these stats because they didn't nerf them by enough. But we'll see. Um, so I think this is the last change. So the last change is like they're increasing the oh, I forgot. Maybe that is enough because they did both. Oh wait, they did both. Oh, I actually kind of like this then. I don't mind this then. So they not only nerfed all the OP stats, but they're also buffing all the shit stats. They're buffing all the shit offensive stats. So this might actually increase build diversity. This might be enough to make them more comparable. I think this is a good change overall then, actually. All the shit stats are getting buffed. But it's only the offensive stats. So here they're just saying they're buffing all the offensive stats and they're nerfing all the defensive stats. I don't know if I like that. I mean, on one hand, like I do think it's stupid that all the best builds in Nightmare Tier 100 are just like invulnerable builds with infinite damage reduction. But on the other hand, like most characters just get one shot at Nightmare 100, and that's kind of a stupid way to add difficulty. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. This does not seem great. Like I don't know, man. It's just everything comes down to like there's just nothing for you to do, and the only difficulty in the game, Nightmare 100 and Uber Lilith, like it just like everything one-shots you, and that's just not a great, interactive difficulty experience. And now it's gonna be even worse. So that's pretty bad. But overall, I saw a lot of good things in the patch too. It could have been worse. I saw a lot of good things.